Welcome to the Today's Leader podcast. Building tomorrow's best leaders, today.
Way to go, guys. Way to go. Keep it going. Good job, guys. All right, Paul, I see you. All right, Charlie. Finish on. Coach Carl. Great job, guys.
Hey there, it's Coach Curl here, and welcome to Monday Mentoring on the Today's Leader podcast. In episode 346, we featured an inspiring discussion with Adam Williams and his company, Supplky Aus. They have a major purpose to have a profound impact on their community. Now, Adam is a real role model for the indigenous entrepreneurs everywhere here in Australia and has a really strong purpose and cultural alignment. Now, Adam's business has a strong connection with community, and this actually creates many questions for everyone else who doesn't have a strong connection with community. And the big question is, what is a business leader's role in enhancing and improving their community? Of course, that question should be easily answered, but it really isn't. Because while theoretically leaders of business should aim for a positive impact on their communities, the reality can often be quite the opposite. Now, in many communities, business and ongoing development is often seen as a negative impact, and many businesses do not engage in the community enough. They just don't. And this isn't good. This isn't great. It isn't excellent. It is nowhere near the standard of what we should be aspiring to be. So what we see is business not being effective in engagement. And as a consequence, the potential positive impacts do not get discussed anywhere near enough. We have development that's framed as a bad thing. We have very vocal minorities in most communities who frame development as a bad thing. We have industries out there where young people just simply aren't engaged. And these industries are actually in threat of dying out. And two ones that come to mind is leatherwork and wool milling here in Australia. Many people, however, probably won't be too fazed by that because we'll just import it. And our imports and reliance on other countries for our standard of living has been part of our accepted culture, I guess, over the last 2 decades. But the reality is that those industries still have communities that exist within them. And if we lose just to those two industries, wool milling and leatherwork, we will have a negative impact on those communities. And I guess as a business leader, I'm hoping that you're now asking yourself, what can I do? What is possible for me to be doing? Can we have an impact to enhance the communities in which we live? And I put it down to just a couple of really simple things. One is obviously to buy local wherever possible. Support your local businesses. Support those small businesses. There's a bit of a furphy that goes around that says businesses make money hand over fist. A lot of times the people employed in a small business will actually be taking home more money than what the owners or the people taking the risk on that small business are. Having a business is not a license to print money, and small businesses need your support. Another way that leaders can help have a positive impact on their community is to volunteer locally. Make sure that you find a cause, make sure it's a cause or a sport or a community group that's close to your heart, and volunteer some of that spare time that we have. Speak up about the positives within your local community. Don't always focus on the negatives. If we can have a positive impact on the negatives by maybe volunteering to, feed the homeless or clothe the poor, that's a really positive impact. But also think about those positive things that are already happening in your community. Speak up about them and be proud of where you are, who you are, and what it is that you do. There really is a role for business and business leaders to enhance the quality and the quality of their community. And we can all learn from each other. Aiming to have a profound impact on our communities is something that we can all do. Now, it's something that's driven deeply internally with our indigenous business leaders, but it's something that each and every business leader out there can take on board and drive themselves. Thanks for tuning in to Monday Mentoring. I'll see you all again next week. Bye.